99 Nights in the Forest. A name you have probably heard everywhere now, as it has literally become one of the most popular games in history and averages more active players than Fortnite. Usually, Fortnite averages around 500 to 800,000 players, whilst this can average anywhere between 1 and 2 million at any given moment. But have you ever heard how this game got so incredibly popular? Because that's what we're getting into in this video. But first, we need to talk about what 99 Nights in the Forest even is about, so let's just get that out of the way really quickly. 99 Nights in the Forest is a game on Roblox where you try to get the 99th day on the game by surviving until that day. However, you can get multipliers so that one day can be treated as 2 days or even 8 days in just one by getting these multipliers. And you get these multipliers by rescuing children around the map in these bases that you have to kill animals guarding it to get the key to rescue them. You can also get multipliers by getting beds in your base by crafting them in a crafting bench using scrap and wood that you find around the map in forms of nails, roof scraps, engines, microwaves, radios, etc. You rescue kids by leveling up your campfire, and every time you add a layer to your campfire, your safe space, which is the place where you build the base, gets bigger, and the map gets bigger every time, allowing you to get loot, scrap, and wood for the crafting table. And a lot more to explore. So you basically level up your base and get as many days in the game as you possibly can. However, at night, if you aren't in your campfire, you can get chased by either a deer or a newly added ram, which are the protagonists of the game now. I personally have gone to day 384 as my furthest day, which I personally think is pretty impressive. I can't even lie. So now that I gave a rough explanation to what this game is about, it's time to talk about what the video literally is about. Why did I just say about twice? Which is how 99 Nights in the Forest rose to fame. So let's rewind to 2019 when the developer of 99 Nights in the Forest, Cracky4, releases a game called Breakin' Story, a game I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with as it was once extremely and still is extremely popular. Breakin' Story was basically a game where you and a bunch of other people moved into a neighborhood where there were robbers from a cult-like thing from someone named Scary Larry. They end up breaking into your house multiple times and you have to survive it. I highly recommend it if you haven't played it. However, a few years later, Cracky4 released Breakin' 2, which is a continuation of the first game where there's a new villain. However, you'd better play it if you want to see what it is about. If you haven't, of course. But after he released Breakin' 2, he couldn't get a game that popular ever again, as he kept releasing games, and after flop after flop after flop, he felt extremely demotivated. However, he decided to try just one more time before he gave up. What was that final try? 99 Nights in the Forest. As soon as he released it, it became a massive hit, and it started to beat another popular game on Roblox, which was Grow a Garden. However, with the death of Grow a Garden now, the game has basically become one of the biggest games in history now, receiving weekly updates and getting videos on it with millions of views. So yeah, that's the rise of fame of 99 Nights in the Forest. I'm sorry this was a short video. I kind of just wanted to change it up a bit and actually put something that's like, more creative than what I usually do, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. You could even subscribe because I've been feeling very demotivated and I haven't created content. So therefore, my channel is a little bit in a flop right now. So if you could just show it a little bit of support, that could kick it back off again. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, if we hit 3,000 subscribers before the end of November, I will be hosting a huge Roblox giveaway. So you know what to do.
Your content.
Your friend,
Well, you've got nothing
bike
better
rider.
to do.
Hey,